Hello all, we're here at our third week of Lent, and we are now in our StoryMakers series on the story called Mountaintop. We are journeying through the season of Lent towards the mystery of Easter, and today we're going to be looking at this image, hearing about a story that happens up this mountain. It looks like a crowd of people, maybe disciples, and one person. I wonder if that could be Jesus. I wonder why he's going up this mountain. Our verse for today is from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 8. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and forfeit his soul? Let's dive into our story.
Okay, so our story today is called The Mountaintop, and we have a lot of people in this story. We'll need a narrator, Jesus, some disciples, Peter, and the voice of God again.
So I'm the voice of God, disciples, and the narrator.
Perfect. All right, start us off, Margaret Ann.
Jesus continued to travel with his disciples to the village of Caesarea Philippi. Along the way, he spoke with his disciples and asked them,
Who do people say that I am? How are the people in the crowds describing me?
Some say you are
Elijah.
or your cousin John.
Who do you all think I am? I know. It is obvious. You are the Christ. Listen to me very closely. I am who you say I am, but tell no one until it is time. You see, the time will come when I will suffer and be rejected from the whole world, but I will rise again after 3 days. No, this cannot be. You can't die. I won't let it happen. Peter, get behind me, Satan.
After 6 days, Jesus took his disciples to a special mountaintop. Jesus, why are we here?
Soon you will see.
The sky opened up, and Jesus became like a bright beaming light. Then Moses and Elijah appeared to speak with Jesus.
Jesus, should I make 3 tents? I really don't know what to say. You think Moses and Elijah would like a snack?
The disciples did not know what to say or do in this moment. And then God spoke. This is my beloved Son. Listen to him. The clouds parted, and the disciples were there once again alone with Jesus.
We must go. Do not say anything about what you saw until I rise from the dead.
The disciples nodded and did not speak of the mountaintop as Jesus commanded.
Good job.
Wow, what a story. Seems like Peter was having a rough day. Can you imagine Jesus saying to you, "Get behind me, Satan"? Let's break this down. So here's the deal. When Jesus was telling his disciples of all of the hard stuff that was coming his way, they knew deep inside it would mean challenge for them too. You see, when we think of a hero or someone saving us, we don't really want it to be hard. We want it to be easy. So when Jesus said it would be tough, Peter wasn't just defending Jesus, he was defending himself. The mountaintop was another tricky moment for Peter. It seems like he got nervous and didn't know what to say, so he reacted with a mix of excitement and anxiety. Staying still and taking in the moment was hard for him to do. There are a lot of moments in the Gospels where we see Peter acting spontaneously. This is just one of them. Elijah was a prophet from the Old Testament. There was a really awesome book in the Old Testament that you can read about him, but he never died. He was taken up to be with God, straight from the earth. In fact, the Old Testament says that he was taken up to heaven in a whirlwind with a chariot and horses of fire. Wow. That sounds like it would be one to look at. Mark, the gospel writer, was describing Jesus as a king who would suffer for his people and also for the whole world. We know that the stories of Lent lead towards the sad ending of Good Friday, but we also know that that's not the end of the story, that somehow Jesus continued to be with his disciples as he is still here with us.
So on our coloring page next to our field notes, we have 2 different activities. First, you can circle the feeling that best describes you and share a time you felt kind of the same way as Peter. Margaret Ann, how do you think you would have felt if Jesus had yelled at you like that?
So I circled this guy that is like shocked and like doesn't say a word.
Oh, you just got like frozen. Yeah. I circled maybe the crying face. Because I think when some people are stern with me, even if they're telling me the right things, I still like just break down and cry, you know. Can you draw a time you felt like Peter?
So I did when a cat bit me. It was actually our neighbor's cat.
Oh. Were you also shocked then too?
Yes.
Just kind of like, oh my gosh, don't know what to do. Yeah, I drew a time that I did really bad on a test, and so did everyone in the class, and the teacher got pretty mad at us for doing pretty poorly. Those are hard times, huh?
Yeah.
Doesn't feel so great to feel like Peter then.
Just gonna put this on here so it doesn't.
Oh. For today's comic strip, what do you think we could use in our toolbox?
Anything.
Anything?
Yeah.
What about some pom-pom balls?
Ooh, that's creative.
Maybe some glitter,
Ooh.
if our parents allow. We don't want to make a mess. Gotta ask on the glitter first.
Yeah, and do it where like things can get messy, like an art table or something.
Oh, that's a good idea. Well, our story today begins in the village of, do you remember how to say it?
Wait, so
Caesarea Philippi?
Caesarea Philippi.
I think that's close. And it ends on a mountaintop. Can you imagine traveling with Jesus? Imagine yourself as one of the disciples. Draw yourself in the story. Would you be like Peter? Or one of the more quiet disciples? Think about the story and how you fit in, and then draw it on your comic strip page.